Hello everyone, this is Captain James Van Tak. United States Army, Infantry, retired. Once a soldier, always a soldier for life, serving as a Wing Imperial humanitarian representative for the state of Vietnam Airborne. Airborne, thank you for joining me, and also Security Barrez-vous Cortez. We're here on the scene, here at Fort Stewart, Georgia, providing services concerning about suicide prevention for our military veterans and outside the base for our police as well as civilians. As you know, my brothers and sisters, I always like to talk about our segment of Captain Talk, back on the clock. Not sometime, but all the time. A big critical issue is going on is Ukraine. This message is for the Ukrainian people. The Ukrainian people need to understand and to talk among themselves about policies. The current policies of NATO as well as the United States is not going to be beneficial for the Ukrainian people. You may ask me why. I have two facts to give to you. One fact is just recent. As the Taliban were surrounding Kabul city, the president of Afghanistan left. But the vice president remained. They needed assistance to help protect Kabul. The vice president's name is Amrullah Saleh. NATO, as well as the United States policy, refused to help the vice president of Afghanistan defend them against the Taliban. What is the vice president of Afghanistan supposed to do? He decided to gather up all of his forces that he could and go into the Panjshir Valley to make a safe zone to protect the people of Afghanistan in this safe zone in the Panjshir Valley. To this day, NATO as well as United States have not helped the vice president of Afghanistan, Amrullah Saleh. So, can the policies or promises of America, foreign policy, and NATO be trusted? The facts speak for itself. Second fact. During the Vietnam War, South Vietnam is bordered by the Kingdom of Cambodia. The Kingdom of Cambodia had a neutralist government. The King of Cambodia, King Norodom Sihanouk, he allowed North Vietnamese and Viet Cong communists onto his land, did not protect his borders, and the North Vietnamese as well as Viet Cong used those bases in Cambodia to attack US military as well as South Vietnamese and Australian and New Zealand as well as South Korean forces. The US government reached out to the Chief of Staff of the Kingdom of Cambodia, General La Nau, and also Prince Sirik Matak. They said, listen, we will back you up if you get the support of the legislature to abolish the monarchy and make a republic. General La Nau, the chief of the armed forces, and Prince Sirik Matak, the cousin of the king, decided to agree on the promises of the United States government. Fast forward, the Republic of Cambodia is established. As the United States government was disengaging out of South Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, in April of '75, the Khmer Rouge, which are the communist Cambodians, started surrounding the capital of Cambodia, called Phnom Penh. The U.S. ambassador to Cambodia, John Guthrie Dean, sent out a letter to VIPs within the Cambodian government of the Republic of Cambodia, offering them free passage out of Cambodia on helicopters. General La Nal agreed, and with his family flew out of Cambodia. The ambassador, John Guthrie Dean, also gave that message over to Prince Sirik Matak. Prince Sirik Matak decided to sit down at his desk and write a personal letter to U.S. Ambassador John Guthrie Dean. And I have that letter with me right now of what he stated. Mind giving that to me, Cortez? Okay, thanks, brother. And let me read you this brief letter from Prince Sirik Matak to Ambassador John Guthrie Dean. Dear Excellency and friend, I thank you very sincerely for your letter and for your offer to transport me towards freedom. I cannot, alas, leave in such a cowardly fashion. As for you, and in particular for your great country, I never believed for a moment that you would have the sentiment of abandoning a people which has chosen liberty. You have refused us your protection, and we could do nothing about it. You leave us, and it's my wish that you and your country will find happiness under the sky. But mark it well. If I should die here on the spot and in my country that I love, it is too bad, because we are all born and must die one day. I have only committed the mistake of believing in you, the Americans. Please accept, Excellency, my dear friend, my faithful and friendly sentiments, Prince Sirik Matak. Prince Sirik Matak remained in the Republic of Cambodia. As the Khmer Rouge closed in and captured Phnom Penh, they executed Prince Sirik Matak. So in conclusion, my message to the Ukrainian people: do not depend on NATO, do not depend on the foreign policies of the United States right now. Your best option is to send your best statesmen to Moscow and sit with the Russian government and find a solution that's of best interest for the Ukrainian people. Not for NATO, not for the current United States foreign policy. Find the best solution for the Ukrainian people. That is the key. Thank you for watching this segment of Captain Talk. Back on the clock. Not sometime, but all the time. Airborne.